Hello, my name is LaCharles James. Welcome to the Carver's Place. This is a series of videos on how to carve wooden masks. And this particular video is on how to care and sharpen your tools. We're going to go from the least aggressive process to the most aggressive process. The least aggressive process is the storing of your tools. Basically, you do not want your sharps to touch each other. If you look at this, this is what I've done. I've constructed an open box with drilled holes on top where I can insert my carving gouges rapidly, and they're accessible, as well as my carving blades. And you notice at the bottom they're all separate. What I've been able to do is take a block of wood, drilled holes in the block of wood, and inserted my knife blades, keeping them separate from each other. The second line of defense is stropping. When we go through the stropping process, you must include it in your carving process. You must strop during your carving process and at the end of your carving session. I have several stropping instruments and use them regularly. I've taken a block of wood, glued on the surface a piece of leather, taken a dowel, glued a piece of leather on the dowel, and I've also taken the trouble of inserting it in a crevice that I saw on the dowel to make it even. And I have another curved surface where in a short piece of leather for the stropping process. I've also attached a piece of leather to the bottom of my bench so I could lay it across and use it as a stropping surface. Now, let's see about the stropping process itself. When you strop, you're going to make sure that the tool that you're stropping is pulled forward toward you. And you're going to strop the curved surface. You're going to hold it like that. Put some pressure on that end. Find that bevel and bring it forward. Bring it towards your body and roll it. Roll it. Roll it. Put some pressure on it. And then when you've finished stropping that curved surface, it should be a mirror surface. Now, you can do this with all of your gouges, and the same would apply to your V-tool. Now, it is important that when you strop your V-tool, that you turn it as well, covering the V portion. You don't want to skip the V portion. So what you would do is bring it forward, turn it so that you're hitting that V portion and get the flat side. When you're finished with that, the mirror surface would finish as well. Now, for your curved blades, you would use a curved surface. Now, for this particular blade, it has a bevel on both sides. So, you would bring it forward and also push it out. Turn it over, push it out. Turn it over and push it out. Do this on the tables. I'm just doing this for the camera right now, but do it on the table and apply some pressure to it, and that mirror finish should come out. Now this is also for curved blades. Normally the tip of this is the working end of it. So this will get that tip. And you push out, pull in, push out, and that'll cover both bevels. Now that we've covered the stropping part of it, we'll go to the most aggressive phase of this, and that's the use of a sharpening stone. Now, depending on your needs or requirements, there are many other different stones, and don't think that you have to use this particular kind of stone. There are the Japanese water stones that come in various different grits from coarse to very fine. There's the Arkansas stone that does the same thing. But I basically use this, and if you go by the process that we're talking about, this is the last defense. You got nicks in your piece. There's no nicks here, so I'm not going to go through the whole process. But what it will do is, if you hold your piece the same way and find that bevel, then you move it away from you. And you move it away from you. And you move it away from you, rubbing it across the stone. And make sure you put a stop on this end. I'm just doing this for the camera right now, but if you put a stop on it, it won't move. But you do it like that. And what you'll find is, when you finish this process, are that the nicks are gone, and that you'll see a number of fine scratches on the curved surface. What you'll also find is, if you run your finger across the top, you'll find burrs. Yeah. On these fine scratches, the second phase of putting this on mirror finish is the stropping process. And you'll have to go through the same process as we talked before, only remember now we're pulling it towards yourself. Now once this is done, what you'll find is that these scratches will go away, and they'll go away in sections, so you'll have to keep stropping until you see all of these fine little scratches taken away. You'll have to inspect it frequently because sometimes you'll miss an area, and so you'll have to work on getting that particular area stropped. Now, the other part is that on your various grits, you would use the aggressive coarser grade first, bring it down to the finer grades, and if you're using the 3 sets of the Japanese stones or the Arkansas stones, you can get a nice polish by using the finer grits. And you would do it the same way. You'd roll your carving tool away from you. Roll your carving tool away from you. And at the end of the last fine grit that you would use, you'd also strop it. And bring it forward. Bring it into your body. And strop it until you've achieved that mirror polish on the back. And once you've done that, you'd be able to slice and shave that wood very finely. Now, there's also a number of I've talked about after you've used your stone, I talked about the burr on this back end, on the inside of the curve here. Now you've got to remove that burr. There are several different ways to do this. What I've done is taken a dowel with 600 grit sandpaper, and you place it flat on the dowel and bring it down like that. And do this several times and you can feel that burr go away. You can also use your dowel with the leather piece on it to refine that burr portion, strop it. Okay, so that covers right now the section on sharpening your tools. Thank you very much for visiting the Carver's Place, and stay sharp. Thank you.